Hello and welcome to BLACKQUBE magazine. Today we are visiting the Louis Vuitton Foundation in Paris. This foundation is world famous and not only known for its great art exhibitions, but also for its iconic building that you see here in the background. And just a quick message for those who are new to the channel. Please feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll get a reminder each time a new video is coming out. This architectural gem is an artwork in its own right, you could say. It's been designed by Los Angeles-based architect Frank Gehry. He is known for his daring and dynamic forms that really push design and engineering to its limits. After 12 years of conceptual work, designing, and finally building this wonderful cultural institution, it was inaugurated in October 2014. The building resembles a vessel with sails made of glass, ready to set out to new horizons. The construction is built into a water basin, which highlights the idea of the vessel and also the idea of the building being seamlessly integrated into the surrounding nature. Later in the video, we'll get back to this extraordinary building and its architecture. But now let's go in and have a look at the artwork that's exhibited in the museum. So we start at the ground level with a spectacular installation by Danish artist Olafur Eliasson. The artwork is called Inside the Horizon, and it's made of stainless steel, aluminium, colored glass, mirrors, and LED light systems. It's amazing to venture inside this horizon. It's like walking through a kaleidoscope of golden reflections. The installation is arranged along the water basins and consists of a series of triangular columns in varying size. Walking through the installation gives you the experience of endless reflections between water, the building, the columns, and yourself. We are now in the main staircase of the museum, and you're seeing another extraordinary artwork that was commissioned to German artist Katharina Grosse in 2022. The installation is called Canyon. It's made of aluminium sheets coated with acrylic paint, and it stretches over several levels of the building. It's 14 meters high and 9 meters wide. Katharina Grosse is known for her installations in monumental size and for her interventions in the architecture of institutions that invite her. free-flowing, bold colors and the use of the spray gun as her favorite tool are definitely the hallmark of her style. Now we are seeing an exhibition that's called Mitchell Monet. It presents a dialogue between the artworks of these two important artists and demonstrates what they had in common: their deep love for nature as the primary source of their inspiration, and translating their emotions and feelings towards nature into a language of abstraction that is unique. Here you see the works of Joan Mitchell, born in 1925 in Chicago, who was a prominent figure in the New York art scene in the 1950s, together with artists Franz Klein, Willem de Kooning, and Philip Guston. She is seen as one of the most important protagonists of the abstract expressionist art movement. One of the famous quotes of Joan Mitchell is, "I carry my landscape around with me." And indeed, she found a perfect way of expressing the memories and sensations she felt towards nature, expressing the perceptions that remain vivid beyond space and time. And she transformed all of that into these wonderful abstract compositions. As you can see, Joan Mitchell always uses bold brushstrokes, vibrant colors, with a strong sensitivity towards light and the interplay of forms. Her gestural and energetic canvases depict mostly foliage, water, and the atmosphere, and they perfectly capture the mood of the moment. Now, these are the famous water lilies that Claude Monet painted during the last years of his life, while he was living in Giverny. Giverny is a village not far from Paris, and Monet moved there and established his studio, maintaining a wonderful garden with a big pond of water lilies. There is something special about these water lily paintings. It's the fact that they are seen as early precursors of abstraction. In these works, Monet abandoned formal contours and silhouettes, and he turned completely to color, which he defined by capturing fleeting light. Revived interest in Monet and the modernity of his late paintings showed especially in the United States in the 1950s. Art critics and art historians revisited his work, and numerous formal similarities came to light between the abstract art of the so-called New York School, or gestural abstraction, or otherwise, as we saw, abstract expressionism. The water lilies were seen as the birth of decentralized painting in the West, which means that no part of the painting dominates another part, creating an all-over painting style that is still valid until today. Finally, you must see the rooftop terrace with its spectacular view over Paris. And from here you realize that the foundation is actually built into a huge park, the Bois de Boulogne, which makes it a very special place. Here on the rooftop, we can have a closer look at the construction of the building. Frank Gehry, the architect, was inspired by the typical glass and steel constructions of France of the 19th century. He retained the transparent lightness of the glass and the taste for walks around the building that offer constant visual surprises. The 12 curved sails of the building consist of 3,600 panels of custom-made glass, and the solid inner structure, which is also called the iceberg, is made of 19,000 panels of fiber-reinforced concrete and gives the iceberg its immaculate whiteness. So, we'll leave you here and hope you enjoyed this art and architecture trip to the Louis Vuitton Foundation. See you soon for the next video.